So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. We're
And
going to
so
start with
whenever we play this song, I know some of you sometimes you get it twisted. You want to know exactly as to what's going on. But again, we are here. We're going to be with you. So
There are things we
let
can
our
do. We
team.
bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here and the promise from there. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical healthy. Master. Play Paris who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money. Emu aye yo. And you love me. Emu aye yo. What is that?
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't get it now. Cause you wanna call my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the local and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, to San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here and the promise from there. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical healthy.
Master.
Play Paris who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money. Emu aye yo. And you love me. Emu aye yo. What is that?
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't get it now. Cause you wanna call my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the local and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to serve. Blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us here the promise of them. The work of my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Cleverly, so I can't ask you to be menu. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you no money, and why you? And you love
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna clear ya to money, and I put to buy ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna clear ya to money, and I put to buy ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The flesh, that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here the promise of them. The work of my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Cleverly, so I can't ask you to be menu. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you no money, and why you? And you love
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna clear ya to money, and I put to buy ya to money, and I delay ya to money.
SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV is the best in the whole wide world. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
I'm okay, Sekou. I'm very, very okay.
Mabel, what's up? What's up with you? How you doing?
Well, I'm good. Thank God for life. And today we are grateful to be alive, at least so that, when you are alive, people see you walking, people see you, participating into some of the activities, then they are happy. So indeed, I'm happy to be alive. Great. And you people, how you doing? Sheku and that is Seku, especially my brother from the southeast. I pray for you every
Yeah, bro,
day
what's
and I
up? How you
worry about you every day. You see?
doing? Thank you so much. I'm
Wonderful.
very much. Trust me.
Okay, yeah.
God is always with me.
So let's get started. I want to take this time to welcome all of you, whether you are listening to us on the radio or you are following us on YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter. It's now called X. I want to say thank you to all of you for following. And whether you are listening to us on Truth FM or Top FM, or you are listening on radio format, I think our colleague Lawrence will be joining us. He's about to join us shortly. But again, I want to say thank you to all of you for continuing to follow and watch SKTV and participate. And for some, for continuing to support SKTV. We want to welcome you once again. Let me see. I've seen something here that I need to be added there. Okay, I seen that. Thank you, guys. We have to make that. Well, we'll do that down the line while we're on the show. Maybe if somebody else is speaking, we'll try to edit that caption. But yeah, again, Melbourne and Sekou Kroma. Sekou, what's going on in Nigeria County, specifically as Redu? Is everything okay? And how are you doing, family and everybody else?
Yeah. Everything is fine here in Zweju. The place is peaceful. I mean, we're not getting any bad information coming up. Everybody moving about their practices.
That's good to
Yeah.
know. That's great. So, Melbourne, what's going on at your end? How
Well,
is Montreal County and Liberia as a whole?
good. So most of our country banned should I use the word the 12 or the talk about county or the capital city where a lot of things happening. Even if you are maybe thinking about different things before you wake up, another news gonna break up. Indeed, so many things. So I like some of the things that every time we gotta give updates to our people as to what's going on. So indeed, yeah, so many things happening, especially with the asset declaration that have been done long ago, and the president and now the vice president agree for the assets to be published or maybe to be out to the public. So these are some of the training news. The president, Honorable Joseph Yima Bwaka or His Excellency Joseph Yima Bwaka allow his assets to be public or to be published on or to be exposed to the public, and which of course that come up with a lot of reactions. Other people are saying yes, that's the best way to go. Why also other people are also criticizing the asset declaration that been published that indeed some there are some lapses, there are something that is not well, or there are some lapses. Let me just use the word lapses. So indeed, again, after that, we saw the vice president also publishing his assets also on the social media, telling the world that yes, indeed, you want to follow the president. So indeed, these are trailing news back home that the president published his assets and the vice president also did the same. But there are so many contradictions, so many reactions. People are giving their own view on the assets that have been declared by the president and then the vice president. Again, apart from that, some of the old news, the lawmakers or the lawyers, they are on the 3 days um, retreat, but we don't want to use the word retreat, but reform forum, according to them. So they are on the 3 days reform forums. So apart from that, Steve, Michelle Monk, Sheku, and then Seku.
Steve is not here. Steve is not here
Yes,
yet.
yes, indeed, Steve is not yet, but our followers, our listeners, these are something happening back home in Liberia.
Thank you, Mabel. And Sekou say Granjira is good, like everywhere else. Monk, welcome, my brother. How are you, sir?
What's up, guys, and what's up to the listening audience of SKTV? Today is another fresh and brand edition. Today is Saturday, and you guys owe me 11%. Just so you know, from yesterday we've got our weekly quota to meet every week on a Friday. So the tradition here is if we can hit our number or our target on Friday, then we extend it to Saturday. But we don't go beyond anything beyond Saturday because SKTV has budget to me your support is not only about forcing our supporters to keep giving to make contribution every day, even though it's something that they must do, but it's not mandatory, it's voluntary. So we are still 11% short of the number. But that's it. I woke up this morning and three things. I would say like three. It's the same retreat, and our lawmakers like anything the upper house can do, we can do better. They won't call it a retreat, but that's their version of getting their own portion of the free money, the buffet. So they call it how they call it legislative engagement, but it's the same as the retreat. They are trying
The
to get
reform forum.
reform forum, but they are literally trying to get their fair share of the power in terms of taxpayer resources. That's what it's all about. They just frame it to give it different name, thinking that they can bamboozle our people over there. And the second thing that caught my attention, we got news this morning that some of the yellow machines are already at the free port of Monrovia, which was very contradicting because we had conflicting statement from the Minister of Information, from the presentation, from lawmakers who thought that this is not the best way to go. But unfortunately, while they were still giving us conflicting information, we are hearing now that some of those pieces of machines presently at the free port of Monrovia. That's what we heard this morning. And the Milburn said, well, the biggest story was the president. I think, Sekou, you were the first to put it. You say, well, it's a win for accountability. I'm not going to play the role of an accountant or a bookkeeper here. I will leave it to the professional. But I know that asset declaration, I don't want to ring on the president's parade for doing the right thing in the name of accountability. But the asset declaration presented too many questions to answer from my own assessment. So that's it for me for today. I didn't go beyond that.
Thank
That
you.
declaration, it violated every accounting and bookkeeping principle from what I know in my layman idea or layman sense. But we'll leave it there. I think the president did the right thing by coming. Oh, you see, that is the essence of holding public officials feet to the fire and holding them accountable. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to be the winner if they do the right thing. But some people think it's about politics. They never see beyond politics. So I will stop there for now.
Thank you so much, Monk. With regards to the aspect of accountability, a win for accountability, a win for transparency, that doesn't in any way mean or suggest that the asset declaration is up to standard or is accurate or the assets declared therein are traceable and are something that we have verified. But the fact that the president, decided to eventually make his assets public, that is a win for us. When we say accountability, it means that those of us who are in the vanguard of holding our public officials accountable, holding their feet to the fire, and if we may say SKTV has been in the vanguard of calling for accountability, transparency, especially when it came to the president's assets declaration. Yesterday, when we published on our personal page that the president has finally declared, so I said, somebody said, no, it's been declared. Maybe you say been published. I know we mean declared. For us, it was not declared yet. As long as it's not declared to the public, we don't consider that as being declared to the to the Liberian people. So whatever document swap or transfer of document that were done between they and the agencies that clothe the authority to receive the document, we don't consider that as declaration when it's declared to the public, where the public have access to dig deeper, to dive into the documentation and to see what is in it and what is not in it. Then we have an opportunity to actually dissect what is presented to us. But again, kudos to SKTV. I don't know if some of you remember yesterday, that caller that called to attack me personally. In my response to him, I threw a challenge. I said, if you're calling for accountability, if you're calling for documentation, ask President Boakai to declare his assets to the Liberian people. And I said that we challenge President Boakai to declare the assets. I don't know whether you remember that yesterday in my response to that guy. And I told you guys they were watching. They were watching. And after the show, we were the first to publish that document. And the reason is very simple. I receive it from an unusual number that I don't know, but it came to me first. Because when I saw it, I thought it was fake. When I saw it, I went to the Facebook page of the Executive Mansion. I didn't see it. I went to the Executive Mansion.
Yeah, the official website. That's where they posted.
I didn't see it. So I felt like, okay, maybe somebody's trying to trick me because I talk about this today, and somebody now sending it to us. Maybe they're just telling me, okay, Sekou, go and post it. This is what you were asking for, something like that. So I wasn't sure. But then I went back. I kept it. A few minutes later, I went back. I saw it on the Executive Mansion website. So I decided to publish it. I published it on my personal page and share the link on SKTV. However, we are glad that the president declared the assets. Now we have the opportunity. We have the opportunity to dive into it, to dissect it, to see what is in it, whether it actually meets the requirement of asset declaration, or whether it's actually up to standard. Because we have seen others that declare their assets. Asset declaration means giving detail of what you have in terms of cash value, in terms of property, in terms of, everything that belongs to you, so that down the line, if you happen to acquire anything or any additional thing for yourself, for your family, people will know about, well, they may already had these things before, taking the amount of leadership. So it cannot be attributed to corruption and other malfeasance and other stuff. So from the look of things, while Melbourne was talking about the asset declaration, we try to post it. Let's read a little bit of it so we can have a conversation. I wanted to welcome Steve first before doing that, but okay, Steve was off the camera. But Steve, welcome. How you doing?
Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. A good day to be alive. I'm doing very well. I want to speak big book today. I'm elated. I am flabbergasted. Feel enthusiastic. And I'm also content in these contemporary times. I want to say thanks to all of you who are following. As always, Liberian people are the most important people on earth. But most importantly, Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Mr. Kane, I'm here, and I look forward to the conversation.
Thank you so much. everybody, and to our listener, whether you are on the radio or you are. I got to take this call. Steve, I'll take over for a second. Let me take this call real quick.
Yes. So, folks, we'll take this off for now, and we'll bring the panelists back on. Let me just ask a general question for Vodogara who asked the recovery thing. Gentlemen, what are your...
So, Steve.
Okay, go ahead.
I apologize. Chairman Yato is on the line. He said that he's very excited to see SKTV, talking about this particular asset declaration. He wants to chime in. He wants to say one or two words to us,
Yes,
to the public, before we can begin the conversation. He has to take on this very important subject today. Chairman Yato, you are live on SKTV. How you doing, sir?
Segu, how are you?
Doing great.
I'm disappointed, not in the Liberian people, but the intelligentsia, plus the educated folks, and those who call themselves advocates. There was a law passed called the Code of Conduct to guide our officials in their quest to serve the people. The major problem we've had in the past have always been people misappropriating public resources and redirecting it for themselves. If we know what you bring into the table, then it's easier to tell what you're taking out of the table. Joseph Boakai Declaration of Income defies all accounting principles. It is not just about assets and liabilities. It's about what you put in there. And in the country, where we blame the boy for stealing cell phone, we blame the market woman for stealing, we're blaming the police officer for taking bribe. If our leaders are not honest, Steve, where are we going? The number of ticks. Joseph Boakai has been a farmer since 1975. Joseph Boakai led the LPMC, the Liberia Produce Marketing Corporation, where you're supposed to buy and encourage farmers to trade their crops and their commodities. Joseph Boakai wants me to believe that he will declare an asset, and he does not include the farm. He can include cows on the farm, but not in the produce. It's not funny.
Yeah, gentlemen, you're listening, man.
Our educated people are saying we are happy because Joseph Boakai declared his asset. No, Joseph Boakai have done what most leaders have done. They have no intention of serving the population. They have every intention of doing exactly what the predecessors did. Let's go to the income that he declared. He declared a salary. Then he declares $13,000. Then he declares $15,000 for rental income. Then he declares another $18,000 for another rental income. But there's absolutely no income from the cows. So he got $16,000 worth of cows. He didn't sell any. He got $6,400 for pigs. He didn't sell any. There's no palm. There's no cassava. There's no pepper. There's absolutely nothing on the farm, because there's absolutely no income from last year. You go to his assets. What do you have? In his personal properties, he declared $190,000 in car expenses. Oh man, what kind of car, when you drive the car from the lot, it depreciates by more than 50% of its value? How many cars is worth $190,000? Then you turn around, you declare as personal property cows. Cows are all being personal property, or they're being business expense. Then you declare pigs. But the house you live in, all the furniture, they're not personal property. The clothes you wear, we laugh at what we are when we actually had all those shoes. Why? That's personal properties. You can liquidate those. I can go and sell all my furniture if I'm in debt. If I sell those cows, how much are they worth? Then you come and say you declare a commercial property of $95,000 in value. Mind you, the $18,000 that he claimed, he said the $18,000 came from partnership in rental properties. So tell me, Steve, is it a commercial? How many shares does he own in that rental property? So if the commercial part of his portfolio is only $994,000 and the residential part is $600 plus, how much is the value of the house he lives in? How many houses is worth $600,000? Now you see why we can speculate that people can say he's buying this house, he's buying that house. When you declare your asset, you say I got one house on VP Road, it's worth $350,000. I got my farm, the house on my farm is worth $200,000. So when you leave, we'll know how many houses you came in with and how many houses you're going out with. If you owe somebody $200,000, the man only cash, he got $5,400, $5,700 under the mattress because he's a cash in hand. I know maybe he got a safe in his house, but let's assume he put it under the mattress. Then he has give or take another $62,000 in the bank. Tell me, you owe somebody $200,000 plus dollars. Is it a debt that needs to be liquidated on a monthly basis? What arrangement do you have with that person? Don't you think the people ought to know who borrowed you that $200,000 so that when you start giving them contracts, we say, that Grand Gile man called Sekou Kuruma, you know, he the one that news station he get that old man you're doing you. Because he owed the old man money. And you see why it's important for you to tell us who you owe the money to. You look at that asset declaration, it's just a compilation of figures that have actually no accounting value whatsoever to it. Zero. Your first grader could have put that together. It is not a paperwork that our leaders should be showing to their people. You're encouraging the guy in the streets that is making $150 as a police officer to steal because you're telling us you donated $50,000 cash to folks in Bond County in January. But you want me to believe? Is it that $50,000? Is it part of the debt that he owed? When did he borrow that money? And to whom was that money borrowed from? He didn't declare his asset, man. He put together a paper. Sekou, and I will land on this and I will exit. Liberia is suffering. People like us ran not because we wanted something out of the government. You know what my people from River usually used to tell me? When you lost the election, why did you go to America? I said there are two reasons why. I was the only candidate that built a market ground in River. I was the only candidate that supported students. The after-school program that I started is the one that caused River today to perform admirably with the YF program. Where do you think I will have to take this money from if I depend on the $2,000 or $3,000 that the government will give us? God has blessed some of us. When we're in the capacity to help our people, we should help. Our leaders are asking to take the mentor, the bull by the horn, to be what the other guy wasn't. If Joseph Boakai cannot manage his own affairs, Steve, how will he manage River Osano, Grand Gile? Oh man, we are not asking people. You came to rescue. You volunteered to rescue. Our people are suffering. They need leadership that will look you in the face and say, look, the car that I'm driving ain't worth it. Why would I drive a $190,000 car? Because the only car I knew prior to the election that Boakai had was the one the government gave him, and maybe 2 or 3 other cars. Are they all worth $190,000? So you mean to tell me the government of Liberia spent more than $100,000 on car? When his own local county does not have drugs in the clinics? I will land on this, man. We're talking about a budget, and it says legal. What is legal is not moral. Every one of us cannot go to the Capitol building. We elect 30 persons to represent our interests. Our interest is the lack of schools. We need schools. If the president of the Senate is allocating to herself $254,000 US dollars in salary, when the average police officer would make only about $1,800 per year, that's almost 90. That's almost 100, a little over 100, 110 police officers that one person's salary can pay for. If you circle, your constituency visit is a 12 months. If any of the senators was to die today or be impeached, are they still entitled to the December incentive? So if you can't pay the police officer on time, why would you want to give a senator 12 months of benefits upfront when the budget is a monthly intake? When they get this month, they pay people. So if you're a leader, and they used to have a comment when he said that leaders eat last. If you eat first, how would a person that works in the office that have to get up in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, to go to work, and they're not getting their pay? The professors that are teaching our kids, the teachers are teaching our kids. Joseph Boakai did not declare an asset. He compiled a paper, like every other leaders of Liberia, to blindfold us to believing, and anybody who employed him for declaring his asset. He could have done this in January when he prepared that. We had to force our leader to show us what is on their paper. We can only pray, and I will end with this, because we are only good at praying. We're not demanding from our leaders what we want them to do for us. And when I look at that asset declaration, the holes that are in it is bigger. It's bigger than a dam called Coffee Dam that can produce no electricity for us. So I said thank you for the time, and I just wanted to chime in a little bit on this asset declaration stuff.
Thank you so much, Chairman Yato. Gentlemen, any of you have questions for the chairman before I let him go? Steve, Mong, Mayabon, and Sekou?
Yeah, let me ask the chairman a quick question. Chairman, I know you made a powerful statement about the legislature paying himself or prepaying himself for 12 months. Do you have any recollection of any other government in the world that prepay the legislature for the entire year without them even doing the work? Do you have any recollection of any country that has done that?
They took the playbook of Nigeria, and you see where Nigeria is today. You can't walk the streets of many states because of kidnapping. Nigeria pay worse. Nigeria is the highest of all the legislatures in the world. The benefits and salary amounts to $600,000 direct benefit, not constituency money. They buy clothes for them. They buy, yes, Liberia and Nigeria is still in the same boat. If you want to rescue people, compare yourself to the people that actually are doing well, like Rwanda. How is Botswana, has become one of the most developed and efficient African economies in Africa? Forget about the Arab countries like Egypt, or like Morocco or Algeria. Just go to Black Africa and take the success stories. What are they doing? I'm saying to you that if you're not going to prepay the police officer for his benefits, why do you prepay the legislators?
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I got a question for the chairman.
Go ahead quickly.
Chairman, thank you very much for coming on today. Once again, my question is, what exactly you expected Joseph Boakai to have in his asset declaration form of paper that we are not seeing?
So, I told you earlier that the declaration of asset is to see I do rental income. Don't you think you're gonna tell me where those houses are? So that when you're exiting, I would say the man came in with 5 houses. and you're not exiting with 2 houses, so that compare with your income and say, oh, by the way, oh man, if you're making $150 and you keep with 1 house, how the hell you come with 5 houses? Joseph Boakai did not state to the Liberian people how many houses he has. So it's all left to speculation. Joseph Boakai in an asset declaration did not tell us who he owes. It is very, very important, oh man. He didn't say he owed $10. He didn't say he owed $20. He said he owed $200,000. Tell us, so that if it's a Lebanese man,
Sorry.
So you see, on the property, the farm that you have, oh man, how are you going to encourage people to make farm? If you have farmed for 40 years and produce no income, why would I want to be a farmer? Say, well, if you're a radio man, you can't produce nothing on a radio there. Why would I want to open a radio station? You got a cow, you can't sell the cows. Are you eating the cows or are you the pigs? You mean you guys $2,000 for cows and you haven't sold 1 cow the whole year in that time? So you are showing farming income. My people, I'm a poor man, I'm a farmer, and this is what I made from my farm. You didn't show no farming income.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman Yato.
What? No, that is very important. He's a part owner. He's a part owner in a real estate venture, and he didn't tell me how many shares do you have in the house that you say you have your co-owner. Do you own 50%? Do you own 10%? How come you got $18,000 as part owner from a $94,000 operation? How much did that man get?
Thank you so much. Melbourne, do you have a question?
Yes, my question has to do with grading. So, Chairman, we go almost 6 months, someone will say. So if you were to grade this government, what would be your own grading score, or what would be your own percentage?
Oh man, you know what? Professor Lumumba says something very important. He says that when midgets are all arguing as to who is taller, then it's laughable. If you are less than 4 feet tall, oh man, it doesn't make any problem whether you're 2.5 or you're 3.5. You're short. There's no grade, oh man. The grade is in the streets. Do you have rice? Can you take that money, oh man, that $75 you make as a hotel person, and sponsor you and your children? Oh man, if the people can even organize government, look at the latest appointment this week for the deputies at the information ministry. Those are appointments they made before, at least a month or 2 ago. Why are they reappointing them? So what kind of grade you want me to give to people? They all make it. It doesn't really matter whether if fail, oh man. If you get feeling great, the other person that made 30, the other person that made 40, oh man, what difference does it make? You don't make the 70 requirement, the minimum requirement, you fail. Failing is failing, oh man. There is no degree of failure. This government has not done good coming out. Remember now, they sold us on the idea that they had the best experience. Joseph Boakai said in Washington, D.C., that I will hit the ground running. Joseph Boakai should have had the government all completed before he took office. Up to now, he's still appointing people. So what kind of grade you want me to give them? Oh man, if I say they make 45, would that be different than 30?
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. Mom, do you have a question for the chairman before I let him go?
I think the chairman cover all the bases that the diaspora chairman. That's why I always engage the chairman, because he go into this thing. He into business. He understand this purpose management and portfolio stuff. So he was one of those that told me that this thing is even laughable than you think. And because the whole idea of asset declaration is to provide accountability, transparency, and most importantly, the conflict of interest. If you declare asset that raises more questions than answer, then why should I waste my time? You're talking about farm. You're talking about residential property and commercial property. The deviation between the residential and commercial is just to the moon, right? And you tell me that you cannot give me a specific share as to how much of that commercial property you own, but you're telling me you're able to make $15,000 yearly from a property value that is estimated to be $94,000 in a conglomeration of other investors. So, like, Come on, my brother. I'm not an accountant. They're out there bookkeeping, but equally so, I'm not an idiot about that. That thing is like, since they want something, let's just put something out there. Let's just make up something that just how it's similar. So for today, I'm not going so much into that because I know that this thing, it just smells fishy. It don't make sense from the investment standpoint, from the business standpoint. So people who are well versed, like what the chairman said, is, I mean, he covered all the bases. So that's all I got to say on this whole asset declaration thing. And some
All
people
right.
are saying that why they are the discrepancy between the vice president, whether that's the paperwork and the way how in which the filing was done and land item that were claimed. I don't know. But the people who are the professionals when it comes to bookkeeping and accounting issue, they will be able to speak to that in depth. But I know that this thing smells worse than what it is.
Chairman Yato, thank you so much. Anything last you want to say before I let you go?
No, man, thank you for providing the platform.
Of
As
course.
always, you bring
Anytime.
it raw to the people, and they'll either say yes to it or say no to it. You can take the cow to the river to drink, but you can't make the cow to drink the water.
Thank you, sir. So, to our fans, followers, well wishers, I want to say thank you for continuing to follow SKTV. It's a new day. It's a brand new day. Same country, same players, and the same old, same old. You know, if you look at the asset declaration, the first sheet on there, I think this is the first sheet. Let me see. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay. This is the first sheet right here. The first sheet on here, the name Joseph Nyuma Boakai. He was born 1944, Liberia. And he's a citizen of Liberia. And Liberia, by this, information of the president, for that matter, Liberia got no address system whatsoever. Home address, Rehab Road, Pinsville. That's it. No number. That in itself, after 200 years, after 100 plus years, close to 200 years, we do not have address system. Joseph Boakai been in government for 40 years. We have no address system. That in itself is a shame. A big shame on Liberia. No address system. Employment, he's the president of the Republic of Liberia. He was appointed January 22nd, 2024. And President Boakai used to be vice president. That was back in the day. So now, go to the assets. So here, Joseph Boakai information here about the vehicle that you get, everything, outside of Liberia is nothing. Maybe house or anything, nothing. He said none. So he said Joseph Boakai said he owed $201,500 United States dollars without telling the Liberian people who he owes. It's not telling the Liberian people who Joseph Boakai owed $201,500 United States dollars. We don't know who he owes. So that is, up to the Liberian people to make their judgment. It said gross income. Joseph Boakai gross income is $13,000. This was before he became president. So according to Joseph Boakai's supporters saying that this $13,000 reflect the money he was receiving from the Liberian government as his pension as former vice president. So he was getting $13,000. According to them, this includes the Liberian dollar and the United States dollar. His other income, $15,000. The source of that income is still rental. Joseph Boakai getting rental, income. Where are the properties? And where are the property values for all of the income? Income from co-ownership and property, different. You see, the first one, rental, that one is for himself. The other one, what he getting is $18,000. So basically, before Joseph Boakai became president, Joseph Boakai was making $13,000. You're making $15,000. Joseph Boakai was making another $18,000. Me, I'm not looking at calculator here. But if you put the first $13,000 to the $18,000 to $15,000, that one, that's $28,000 right there. $28,000 plus another $18,000, that will give you up to $46,000. Joseph Boakai used to make that money, according to this document here, before becoming president. But yet, Joseph Boakai was depending on Henry Costa, State of Witherspoon, and also taking loan from the banks for his upkeeping, according to President Joseph Boakai. This is just the first page of the asset declaration. Steve Monk Teku, how do you understand that? How do you compromise that? Joseph Boakai was making $48,000 a year.
Yeah.
A fool to pay for his medical bill. Joseph we had got to give me some money.
Mhm.
In fact, Costa had to raise $2,500 to give it to Joseph Boakai to pay Jowea back. That was not paid back. But Joseph Boakai said he was living on loan. He was living on loan. He was actually depending on banks for his upkeeping. But now we found out that Joseph Boakai was making $48,000 a year, while taking $3,000 for Costa from State of Witherspoon on a monthly basis. When the money delays, we will call on Costa that they pull his ear with no earrings. And when the money delay, he will say, well, the eagle has not landed. While he was getting $48,000 a year, according to this document. How do you compromise that, gentlemen?
Let me go first.
Go ahead.
For me, that statement that Joseph Boakai was living alone and he didn't have money to take care of himself, even up to this date, I never believed that particular statement. Because you cannot tell me that you are a former vice president in this country, and with the number of years you work in government, you didn't have properties. Joe Boakai had properties. Joe Boakai had real properties that would take care of him, even if he was not in the presidency. Now, this is my point, and I've always told people this. It's Boakai didn't want to run for presidency. In Liberia, we have a tendency. The president comes to you and says, Baku, you're strong. You can make it. They want your money. So, apparently, Joe Boakai said, if you want me to be president, every single cent that you people will pay that particular money for all other things. Joe Boakai couldn't even believe that he was a president because that's not something that he himself wanted. So Joe Boakai was not prepared in any way round to go spend his own money on people where they will say, I will say, and at the end of the day, they lose. Now, let's go back to that form. There are places on that form that they only ask you to put the figure, but they did not ask you for details explanation because there is no space there. So if those spaces are there, they say, this other one, and you're only supposed to put a figure, and you put a figure there. Are they asking you for details? Now, if you go on the LACC website has something they call asset verification area there. So when you declare your asset, LACC is the one who's going to make sure if you say you got 200,000 in real property or real estate, property or whatever, it is LACC responsibility to go and verify that whatever property you have, that's true. Because I didn't see no space on that particular paper where Joseph Numa Boakai is coming to say, yeah, I got this real estate. This one is located at this. I went through the form. So in essence, Joseph Boakai probably didn't want to spend money, his personal money on election. So saying you came to me, you said you want me to be president, and you think you can use me to be president to not judge where you're spending money. That's how I look at it.
Okay, let me ask you before I go to other guys. The way you look at it is one thing, and when what is happening is quite another thing. First, you try to dismiss the comment. So you mean that you didn't believe the comment made by Joseph Boakai, or you don't believe that Joseph Boakai actually made those comments in terms of living on loan and for his upkeeping? Do you think Joseph Boakai didn't say it, or you don't believe him when he said that?
I never believed him when he said he was living on loan.
So you think Joseph Boakai was lying?
I never believed him when Joseph Boakai said he was living on loan.
So that means you think he was lying, right? When he made those statements?
Apparently, he was not saying the truth.
Okay.
He didn't want people to bother him about money, business, and all these kinds of things.
It's okay. That means Joseph Boakai was dishonest to his people, especially his supporters. Steve, what's your take on the fact that Joseph Boakai said that he was living on loan for his upkeeping? He was still making $48,000 a year, and he could not even afford $2,500 for his own medical, bill.
I'm smart. I'm smiling today because SKTV is vindicated. We are vindicated. I'm very proud of SKTV. I'm proud of myself. And I'm proud of some of the things that I say in public unrepentantly. It was SKTV that told the Liberian people before Joseph Boakai was even elected that Joseph Boakai is a smooth crook. It was on SKTV who said that, on here. SKTV mustered the courage while they were in the CPP to profile all the CPP candidates, possible candidates, including Alexander Cummings, and to sum up Joseph Boakai and his behavior, his actions, his deeds throughout his life. We said Joseph Boakai is a smooth crook. And some people pass around and say we cursed the man and we disrespected the man. Today, here we are. Joseph Boakai has proven us to be correct. Again, on the record. I want to thank Sekou Kroma today for calling Joseph Boakai a liar in public.
I did not say he's a liar.
Okay, what did you say? Repeat what you said.
I didn't say he's a liar. What I said is, I never believed that particular statement because I know Joe Boakai was
If you don't believe what somebody tell you, why me? If you don't believe what somebody tell you, why me?
The man said Joseph Boakai is a liar, but he gets it in a different way. That's why he's trying to say it.
That one you're saying it.
My man, it ain't a problem. You said Joseph Boakai is a liar, we agree. Let's move on. Let me move on to what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
As funny as it sounds, as joking as it sounds, two of those things cannot be true. Two of the statements Joseph Boakai made cannot be true. The first statement is he lived on loan. The second statement is the asset declaration. They're contradicting. They can be true at the same time. And just from reading the first page, Mr. Kane, some of the things that even caught my attention on the very first page of this, just by looking at the first page itself, looking at all the amounts that were put on there or whatever it is, what caught my attention is, the chairman said it earlier, who is Joseph Boakai owing? Can we know those sources? Can we know those people?
No error there. No error. Joe Boakai explained that.
Hey, Sekou, don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. Let me say something real quick. Sekou, I wanted to clarify something to you, but we don't have enough time on our hand to do all of that. But I will just ask you, did you receive or read the asset declared by Representative Jemmy Musa Assembility? Did you? Or have you read any asset declaration or declare assets from any other government officials that meet the actual standard of actual declaration? Have you read anything of such? Did you read the asset declared by Chairman Musa Hassan Belete? Did you?
Mr. Ghana, go ahead.
Did you read it? I'm asking you, did you read the asset declared by? I just want you to answer that question, yes or no, then we'll move forward. We're trying to educate our people. You haven't?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Steve,
Yeah, so let me finish my thought here.
Yeah, you may proceed. Go ahead.
You know, Mr.
No, I don't want, when you give your thought, I don't want anybody to interrupt. Just learn. When you learn, just do it with Sekou. Then we'll go to the next person.
You know, let me make it clear. I learn because I really love the interaction. Sometimes it makes the show very good. And the truth about it is, my brother Sekou Kuma has to do his part. He will not be me, I will not be him. And I respect that. And I love that on the show, the interaction is very good at times. You know, we joke, we laugh, but I love the fact that he can come up for us to look at things on the other side. Whether they're true or they're not true, it's good. It's very good. Another point I wanted to make is, you know, Joseph Boakai, again, after looking at the first page of the asset declaration, Joseph Boakai and his entire team confirm what we said on SKTV again, that God cannot locate, according to we Christian. We say before God locate you, he must know your address. We don't have addresses in Liberia. How can God locate Liberia? It means we're doomed. We're doomed. Joseph Boakai, what the address? I mean, those things are serious and important things. You overlook it, but they are critically important for your location on earth. Yes, your address is very important. People got to know where you stay, where you are. The fact that as a nation, to even have a fitting address, everybody just get, I know, PO bar 1,000, what kind of entire country living on PO box. All the things that will not even address it yet. But that's a side point, right? And it's not mutually exclusive to Joseph Boakai. But something about this whole asset recovery or declaration noise that came up, I want to say to the Liberian people in the word, and we want to declare on SKTV today, is a distraction. Let me say again, for those of you who are carried away easily by this kind of thing, it's a distraction. And Joseph Boakai, Jeremiah Kun, the Unity Party-led government, meant to declare this week. It's a huge distraction. There are big things that are about to happen that are going on behind closed doors. They want to take away from those things. But we'll find another day to get into those things. Then they brought it as a declaration. We'll get into a little bit. We'll find another day to discuss what's exactly happening, what exactly they have done as a government, and the criminal nature and behavior that they are carrying on that they don't want you to hold them accountable on. Because this thing was done since February 6th. And to those, the last statement I want to make on the asset declaration is this. Before we go to the other parts of it, to those of you who are celebrating Joseph Boakai declaring asset, you are slaves. You are slaves. And if you continue like that, your children will be slaves. Joseph Boakai and all government officials, it is law that they must declare the assets. That law. Is there somebody going to do that job and you say you clap for them? What are you paying them for? We pay Joseph Boakai to do that. Is that a celebration? I see some of you even shamelessly are saying, oh, Joey, I need to come and declare your asset too. You are sick. You are slaves. You don't know your own rights. This is the problem. You don't know your own rights. Because if you knew your rights, somebody, a public official or president of the republic declaring your asset, that's something that you got to celebrate. That's something that we got to pay Joseph Boakai to do. Joseph Boakai is supposed to do it. In fact, it's a method that he has to do. And if he does it, there's nothing there to celebrate. What's there to do is for us to scrutinize that particular asset that he declared. So you stop making all those stupid around the world. Please. This is not called for celebration. I see the Martin Colley, the other funny people that say they educate. Just how the chairman said, passing around and saying, and we commend it, we celebrate it. Commending for what? The thing that the man supposed to do? Joseph Boakai should have done this long, it's overdue. Shame on him. I'm not here to thank you. Shame on Joseph Boakai. Shame on Jeremiah Kuhn. They are dubious. They are criminally minded. That's why they did it the last minute of time. There's a distraction. But we'll get into the asset itself. Thank you, Mr. Kane.
Thank you so much. Memo is off the camera, so we'll go to Monk. Monk, what's your take on the fact that Joseph Boakai told the world during his chit chat with Henry Costa that he was actually depending on banks for his upkeeping, and that was also evidenced by the fact that he couldn't afford his medical bills, that Joseph Joey had to take care of him, and that we saw it, and it was confirmed by himself. And Joseph Boakai was making $48,000. How do you compromise that?
You know, I love the tenacity of my brother Sekou Koroma. I love how he can categorize issue when it comes to defending Joseph Boakai. He literally said Joseph Boakai is a liar, but in a whole different way, and he's not willing to say, even though he contradicted himself, that for the fact that Joseph Boakai could lie and say that he was living on loan and based on the expectation what people makes in Liberia, especially for public figure, talk about the second man in command under an Ellen Johnson-led administration that was never short of cash, that rolled out money like a drunken sailor to lawmakers, and you're hearing a guy who was there for 12 consecutive years telling you that he was out of cash, he was living on loan. That's a lie. So if a guy who can lie by being number 2 in command, one of the more lucrative government in the history of Liberia, because as far as I'm concerned, when it came to aid and money, the Madam Sally government was not short of cash. Why make you think you want me to believe that what he declared in asset, I'm supposed to believe that? Like I said, it would have been better if Joseph Boakai had not declared asset rather than declaring it, because it just raises more questions than answer. You know, one of the reasons President Boakai used to hate Bromskin, you know, we got this native and Congo kind of a mindset, this same slave mindset that certain people were giving a silver spoon and certain people they were slave or they had to work for everything. You know, one thing Bronskin said in that video is still on social media today. Bronskin said, Joseph Boakai, you are the highest paid vice president in the history of Liberia. It's on record. Mm-hmm. Your office budget alone, no other vice president in the history of Liberia can boast of that record in terms of budget and allocation. Bronskin said that. So the whole idea that you came from a poor background and certain people were entitled, that's a lie. You held some of the most lucrative positions in Liberia for decades. So start playing the victimhood, because that's all he knows, that what he understands, that he's a victim. And certain people were giving, they were giving everything they needed. It's the same old thing you see. Like I said, the only reason, and my brother Sekou was saying that because the space wasn't created. No, that's why they call it in cover pages and summary. You can send supporting details if you want to be transparent. If Joseph Boakai want to give detail, he could put extra paper. He could send it to the LACC with detail of the properties, their worth, who owns them, how he financed them, and all those stuff. But no, he never did it with intention of being transparent. He did it with the intention of meeting his political quota. People need this. People want to hear. They say we can declare. I said, let's just do it. That's why when I look at that shit, I say I call chairman. I say chairman. I love expert opinion. They got something called generalized and they got something called specialized knowledge. In everything that I do, any area that I know I don't have expertise, I seek the best of the best opinion to learn a lot. And I just knew it just from skimming through those 5 pages on the executive mansion website. I knew this thing was nothing but baloney. But that's Liberia, because they believe that more people will be happy just for the fact that he did something that he should have done, or that he's mandated to do in Liberia is a plus. That's why that's how Liberia operates. Because if he would just put it out there, he believed that more people would be his supporters rather than questioning what he's putting out there. For the fact that people demand that Boakai declare asset and Boakai finally declare asset, they could care less about the content of the asset, whether he's lying. That's why I tell you, you live in Liberia, you're telling me that your personal property is 600 and some more thousand, that you are partners. But the partnership, the conglomeration of the partnership, the property is worth 97 or 98,000. You telling me you're raising $15,000? Are you serious? Then which percentage of that particular or corporation or cooperative that you own that will give you such a amount? But guess what? That's Liberia for you. The average man will be like, what? We could care less about the content, or we know Joseph Boakai declare asset. That's a win for United Party and his supporter. That's Liberia, my brother.
So before I go to Mabel, let me say this: the asset declaration is just as the sounding of war in economic crimes code. Little minds, blind loyalists, they will celebrate anything. I saw people celebrating Joseph Boakai have done something no president have done in the history of Liberia when they talk about the war in economic crimes code. Little did we know it was a fiasco. It was nothing. And it stayed nothing. Joseph Boakai declared assets. It's not an asset declaration. It's just filling the gap. Also to distract people from other pertinent issues going on in the country. And I can tell you, people are not stupid. Some are very stupid, but all of us are not stupid. We're all not going to fall for these things. These things are juvenile. They're very, 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 very. These are nothing politically. We see through it, we see beyond them. But maybe the first page is saying, the first page where, that's not the first page, because after the cover letter, the first page of actual assets saying that Joseph Boakai was making $48,000 a year before even becoming president, but he said he was just living on loan. Even in America here, people that work, on the average, not so many people make over $30,000 a year, and they live best of life. They pay their rent, they pay their bill, and they pay their car. So if Joseph Boakai can make $48,000 a year and still live on loan, how do you compromise that? Maybe briefly, so we can go to the other page, and then we start to take it.
So again, yes, indeed, I want to say thanks to all of you for your brilliant points. So, like President Mon just said, Sekou, I think it's just easier because some of us when we talk, they say, oh, maybe every time you are hitting, but these are just fact. It is frustrating, to see someone after the war, Joseph Boakai, but then he was past president. He and that of the former president. Look, I don't even know, but to go at the extent of making those money, or in fact, this money where the money that came into the country to develop Liberia, they all agree that yet indeed let's share the money among ourselves, even to the extent where he confessed that indeed we squander the opportunity that were given to us. Today coming out to declare his assets, telling us that he was living on this, he lived on loan, he don't have money, he was this and that. And my brother Sheku, even though the Steve just said, indeed we got to make the show, for people to feel that maybe we are not attacking people, but these are reality and these are facts that we are saying, and these things that we are saying, these are all correct. These are all genuine things that we're putting out. So for me, I sat with President Monk. I concur with him 100% as to what he said. That's just the fact. It is frustrating. The entire asset declaration is still contradicting. For me, I'm here to still understand as to how much you were making. Because, mind you, before you contest for any position, you must declare your assets. Go to the National Election Commission, carry all of your property or your assets, everything, carry to them so that they can be able to know how much you work for before you can even contest. So before becoming, you got to also tell us, then we will know as to where are we as people, or we don't know. Now they may not become president. So any figures you put there, well, that's it. We move as people. But to me, it is frustrating, it is bad, and our leaders, they are not just fair to us. Seku, they are not
All
fair
right.
to us. And I think
Thank
the
you.
president had to do some adjustment and see that indeed, because you can't come up and tell the people that you squander, opportunities. Only for you to come back again and say, okay, I was making money. Now I get money. So thank you. Go ahead. Let's move to the next page.
So on the other page, Joseph Boakai annual income, according to this document, says $43,000. So that would take me back. They said $43,000, $447. But then for their own declaration,
47 cents, please.
47 cents. But then if you calculate, maybe I was wrong in my question, but let's redo the math here. $13,000 plus $15,000, how much is that? $13,000 plus 15. I think that one at 28, in my opinion. $28,000 plus $18,000. So that means that $18,000, let's say 28 plus 18, 38 plus 8, 46, right? Is that 46? You guys, me, I'm not looking at any my calculator. So if Joseph Boakai people say the total money he made, annual income is $43,000, that math is not adding up. But then let's move forward. They say cash on hand, $5,750. And then cash in the bank, $57,000. So Joseph Boakai was making $48,000, $46,000 a year. But yet Joseph Boakai got cash in the bank, that is $57,000, also cash on hand, $5,020. If you calculate all that one, that would take you up to $60 some more $1,000. So where the additional income coming from? I'm not sure if I'm getting this right. Cash on hand, what does that mean? Cash on hand and cash in the bank. Cash on hand and cash in the bank supposed to be the same.
Now you are coming to.
That's why the chairman said that when I was kept on the mattress, maybe that's why he remember cash on hand. Because when I tell you say I got cash on hand, I bank everything included, right? That's my favorite.
Yes, well that's the same. That's the same money, right?
Cash
But
on
like
hand.
in the bank, on hand, I think that's the same thing.
Yes, because cash on hand is considered that cash you have access to use right away. And the other cash will be in property or property value.
Yeah.
That one you don't have it. You don't have the
Yeah.
money, to use. But if Joseph Boakai already made the amount of around 46 on the average of $46,000 a year. But then you have $57,000 in the bank, and then also $5,000 and change in hand. I don't know, how we can compromise that. But then what they did here, the $43,000 and the $5,000 and change, they calculated everything. They said total is $61,295. I mean $2,295.96. So Mom, if Joseph Boakai total income is around $46,000, but then the cash he have on hand and the cash in the bank is total of $61,000. So where did he get the additional maybe 16 or $15,000 or $16,000 from? What are the source of the income of that?
Seku, I'm
Yeah.
not going to waste a lot of time on the whole Joseph Boakai stuff because I know the whole thing is a gimmick. It's fake. It's not real. It was not done with real intent to avoid abuse of power, bribery, conflict of interest, or detecting unjustified asset. That's what I know. I keep saying it. I'm now a professional accounting or bookkeeper, but at least I can review account statement. I'm able to look at asset declaration and know exactly what's going on, even though I may not be versed with some of the technicality in accounting principle. But this thing is so easy that even your cave making figure here, like I said, knowing where Joseph Boakai came from, knowing the society that we found ourselves and how much Joseph Boakai were exposed to in terms of finances, everything on that paper. That's why they felt like a tally sheet. That's how it looked like to me, the writing and everything just looked like you just making up something. That's just why it seems like. And I said, this whole asset declaration, it raises more questions, like Chairman Yato even broke it down to the simplest thing, in the simplest form ever that even the average person could understand. So the whole idea, I know this thing is nothing but fake, it's gimmick. It's just that it was political pressure that he should declare assets, so he got to put something out there to quell the noise that, oh, you know what, Joseph Boakai declare his asset, because I know the true intent was not to declare this asset. That's why he used the same path that Georgia used to kind of seal his wealth or whatsoever you want to tell me that. I know at the end of the day, this thing was not done with good intent. So I could care less about the figure because I know they are not real. A serious minded president would not talk about having farm and produce on his farm, and you telling me that you got cows and goat and pigs, and you cannot even name the cash value or how many of them you have to even determine how you arrive at, I don't know whether it's 16,000 or 16,400. So this thing is nothing but a joke. Joseph Boakai believe that we live in a gullible society, that there are more stupid people in Liberia than people that got common sense, so you can just do anything and get away with it. The same way you will see people celebrating a machine, even though they are about to get one of the greatest prize outside that will impact generation. It's a very simple thing. So for Liberia, it's just one thing or another. They know who they are dealing with. I keep saying it every time on the show. The people that are entrusted to public offices, they know the people they are dealing with. They understand the electorate at every sector of Liberia, in every industry in Liberia. They know exactly who they are dealing with. And the people that will bring this thing into question, we are in minority. So at the end of the day, they will always have their will. That's why they do these things.
So let me just do this, and then we will just go to the panelists, and then we take calls, because this is so breathtaking. Joseph Boakai say commercial property 94,300, residential properties 672,000 and change, without telling the people where the properties are located. They say they are in Liberia, according to them, because they have there's no anything outside of Liberia. But don't you think it would have been nice for Joseph Boakai to have actually informed the Liberian people as to where those properties are located? That's one. Two, Joseph Boakai said he has $190,000 worth of vehicles. If those are vehicles that were purchased by the government of Liberia, then that does not belong to him. But what kind of cars are those cars?
The brand, right? The year.
The brand, the year. How do we arrive at $190,000 cost for Joseph Boakai? What kind of car are those cars? So the reason why I was asking Sekou about whether or not he read the document from Musa Assemblies asset declaration, he did not only name the cars, he named the brand and the cash value for all those cars, the purchase price, the homes, the land, the property that he declared. He showed the direction where they are. The money he owes, he named the bank that he owes. The cash money he has, he named the bank the money are in. That's what you call asset declaration. What Joseph Boakai did is not asset declaration. It's fiasco. It's deceptive. And the reason why someone was happy that Joseph Boakai eventually declared something, so to give us time, to give us the opportunity to further expose what we have been saying over the years, that Joseph Boakai and his government, they came to loot the country. That's why they're afraid to show what he had. So what are we going to believe now? Are we going to believe the fact that Joseph Boakai was broke man? The man actually, worked for 12 years as vice president and accumulate nothing and save nothing? Or we're going to believe Joseph Boakai, who comes in now to say he was making X amount of money. Joseph Boakai worth almost $900,000. But Joseph Boakai was begging around, standing with a spoon, using Costa as a loan processor to get money from here and there for his upkeeping. After that particular instance, we asked Costa here. Costa said he was the, by virtue of Joseph Boakai's own declaration, Costa was the loan officer and Stanton Western was the bank. $3,000 a month. Costa said that on his platform, on his TV. So Steve, Mong, and Sekou, and Mabel, and everybody, this is insulting to the intelligence of Liberian people. And anybody who is actually buying into this, you need to think again. You need to do your research and know what asset declaration is all about, what entails somebody declaring their assets. What Joseph Boakai just did, I haven't looked at actually Jeremiah Kun side of the document yet, maybe because I didn't want to confuse the two today. I decided for us to talk about one today. Maybe we could talk about the other one another day. But for what we are seeing, from all indication, Joseph Boakai was very dishonest in this document. And Liberian people should not buy into it. And there are still other things that they didn't add that I know that he acquired after getting the presidency. When Joseph Boakai was elected, there was a lot of money they received in millions. But those things will come out in the future. They even acquire properties. When Joseph Boakai say other properties, he didn't say who are the co-owners of those properties. The $700,000 property that he said he has, he didn't tell us. It was not specific as to where those properties are located, so people can go and evaluate the price, the location, the value of those properties that he's talking about. Joseph Boakai is telling you he got $16,000 worth of cows and pigs. He wouldn't eating all of it. He's not selling any of it because no income reported from there. What about the farm? We were told that Joseph Boakai has a farm in Bomi, or I don't know, is it Bomi or Bapulu somewhere. We saw people going there. Said this is Joseph Boakai farm. How come that was not captured in Joseph Boakai asset declaration?
Because that was a lie too.
We said those things were lies. They said no, that's true. Joseph Boakai actually got a fine. So how come the fine is not captured in Joseph Boakai asset declaration? So, gentlemen, you guys can come in.
The men declare pigs, but you forget about one of the biggest assets, which is the farm. Why it tells you the men claim pigs and cow, but he forget about the biggest investment, the farm. Because I know farmers in Liberia are some of the richest people now that can produce, that can give you the marketing value of the farm and the total worth. But he forgot about the farm, but he listed a pig and a cow.
And cow. So yeah, so Steve want to come in, and then we can take calls from Liberia.
Let me say this, in as much that we're joking.
We're not joking, no. It's just funny, Steve.
No, I'm not talking about But
behavior is
SKTV, I'm not talking about SKTV in this context of joking. I'm saying we as a nation.
Yeah, seriously.
In as much that we're joking and we're playing with this and saying, oh, the president, we're in some serious trouble. Your leader, the man who's supposed to be the last person to lie, is a certified, bona fide liar, unrepentant liar. What he's doing is lie. And let me say this: everybody get a way they can approach it. You want to say he misappropriated the facts, he misused words, and he didn't say the truth. That's you. That's fine. Me, I can say he is a liar, and I will not change that, because when somebody pissing on your head and telling you that it's raining, it is good for you to tell him you know what's up. What Joseph Boakai is doing is dangerous. This is a sign and a signal. We'll say on SKTV again that we are in serious problem as a nation. And this I wrote on my page today. This is George We Are Pro Max or George We Are 2.0. We are joking. We are joking as a nation, and we are sounding the alarm here. This is going to be a problem for us as a country. This blatant lie to the country and to the world, where Joseph Boakai decided that he would deceive everybody and make everybody in the country look like everybody very stupid. We don't know what we are doing, and we can't hold him accountable. But people were on a dangerous path. That Joseph Boakai own money, he can't get correct account of it. That Joseph Boakai own assets, he can't get correct account of it. That the Liberian people resources and the money we get account of, we are saying it today. We might look like the bad people. But the same way we said a few months ago, few years ago, that Joseph Boakai was never an option. My people, we are headed for a serious problem. We are headed for a serious problem. We'll get to the yellow machine pie another day. I see some of you celebrating. You have no clue what we are in. You have no clue what we are set up for. This is problematic. It is troubling, and we'll continue to speak out. Some of us will not hold back and will not change our adjectives, our verbs, and our languages. If you want to say, oh, the man are old man, you don't say it the way, don't say it. That's fine. You go say it the way you want to say it. The way you're comfortable saying it, go say it that way. Me, I'm comfortable calling liars. I'm comfortable calling criminals. I am comfortable calling people who can steal rogues, whether you man or you woman. That's me. I can address things. You address it the way you want to address it. We'll leave it there with you. The Liberian people, you decide what you want to do. But we are on a very dangerous path. I'm very concerned about the future. I'm worried. We're in trouble. That's all I wanted to say. So, Kroma, maybe you can take some calls. As Sekou said, and we can move the program from there. But we're in trouble.
Thank you very much. Liberian people say Joe Boakai declared his assets. The one he got or what he declared. Whether he declared a farm, maybe the farm for someone or a jury, and you put it in their name. What he get for it, say, what Joe Boakai declared. 081 1435 04 077 6105 105. Let's hear you this evening. 081 1435 04 076 105 105. Put your calls so that we bring you through on this program. 881 1435 04 0776 105 105. What do you make up of President Boakai Assets Declaration? What do you make up of President Boakai's Assets Declaration? That's the question this evening. Let's hear you. If you want to be a part of it this evening, let's hear you. Numbers to put your calls on is 081 1435 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you tonight. Guys, if I have call, I will let you know from this angle. Definitely.
Thank you, Monk. Monk, what say you, my man? Because it seems like we.
Bro, I told you that's Liberia for you, man. It's what the people believe. It's what the people want. It's what the people get. That's the standard. You know, when you live in a society that is so mediocre, even the bare minimum become an achievement. That's just how it is in Liberia. People say they wanted Joseph Boakai asset to be declared, and he declared that asset. I keep saying it. They could care less about the content, whether he's lying, whether they know that he's deliberately lying, or they know that he declared his asset. You see, we have different priorities in Liberia. They got a very limited group of people that want the best in Liberia, that believe that it's a disgrace and a shame that when you travel outside of Liberia and you call yourself Liberia, that somehow people can look down on you and get feed that we are a bunch of unserious people. And they got another group of people that believe that everything that is happening in Liberia is normal. That's how the rest of the world operate. So it's like you want to achieve a goal and you're starting, let's say you must say we are running partner, right? And we're trying to achieve a target. It's like I'm running south and you're running north. But we are still telling the audience that we want to achieve the same goal. That's what happened in Liberia. There are limited people. There are very few in number that will always want the best, that always want higher standard, that want greater leadership, that want good governance, and equally so the vast majority of people in the country, the one that have been victimized the most, they could care less about what people, other people, the very limited amount of people are yearning for. So at the end of the day, that's why I keep telling you, there is no path for Liberia. Whether you like it or not, there is no path. Because what will happen now, if an older man like Joseph Boakai or statesman, because of the age and the length of time he being in government, can skew the process of after declaration, why make you think I will believe that another president, maybe 6 years or 12 years down the road, will come and try to play hardball? No, he will do exactly the same thing. Like what I'm saying, it almost like not declaring your asset rather than declaring your asset and creating more questions than answers. So they are the same, technically. If I was Joseph Boakai, because look, Steve, you know you are a psychologist.
Let's take this caller, guys. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, sir.
Your name, where you calling from?
Yes, this is Mohammed Kamara, and I join you from Doshki.
You join me from where?
This is Mohammed Kamara, a strong supporter of the ANC, and I join you from Doshki.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, so let me say thank you so much to President Boakai. I think this is the first president since post-war Liberia to declare and publish access to the public. That shows that the woman is ready for accountability and transparency. And let me say this to my uncle brother in Steve, that maybe you forget to inform the Liberian people that out of the 285 pieces of machine, 100 pieces are already arrived. I will not here to tell the Liberian people. So another thing is,
thank you, Chief.
This is saying that the Liberian people are suffering. I want to appeal to Steve and other guys in studio that we member of the ANC, we are here in Liberia. Let them come along with the family that we can lead a protest because the political feet to the fire. But talking on SKTV, you will not solve the problem. I say here, my brother, nothing will change.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep your calls coming to 0881 143504, 0776 105 105. Let's hear you, just in case you want to be a part of the program. Yeah, Monk, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I like the part that the guy said that says here and nothing will change.
So the mayor already accepted his fate. That nothing.
Yeah, the mayor accepted that Joseph Boakai failed already. Yeah. He said that since this we got to live with it and nothing will change.
And that kind of mayor will take seriously.
That's it, right? That's the country there for you.
You already condemn yourself. You subject yourself. Oh, you sentence. That means it will take seriously.
That man, he's not an ANC. He's another Solomon Swan in disguise, pretending to be like he's somebody from the ANC, because the assumption that it's insecure. What I keep telling you that whenever people talk about accountability or talking about standard, the very first thing that comes to mind, ANC and Alexander Cummings, and they will always do that. That's why they believe that everything that is in Liberia is supposed to be normal. So when you want something different, then you're talking about a particular candidate. He's not an ANC member. You can tell from the way he speaks. You know that one of the Sanama Swan, like the name to get himself, they tried to get himself, but he want to make that case that he already accepted his fate, but to make it good, he said, I'm an ANC.
That stays here.
And I will live with it. I'm not living there.
Nothing will change. Nothing will change.
But I was saying, I live in all the one side. You living there, and you told, and the fact that you even, I know say he's a slave because the fact that you even calling me to come for your own rescue or to save you from your own thing that you are going through. That means you're not ready yet. And I read it. So I don't take those kind of posts seriously, you know. Those are the people who can say, please post more money on my phone. I went there, check. Chi, you hear what I say on the show? Chi, you hear what I say? I went, I distracted them. Chi, I made a case. Then I went there, I made a case, and I tagged them. Then they called them again and found out how to put $1 million on their phone. And I want to say, oh, listen to, you're not important. You're a follower. You're a sequel.
Keep it coming to 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105 0881 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you tonight. Hello.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. Your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Ola Bestman, and I call you from a Mosepia community.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you. I did hear you. You try to defend the woman. You know, it was not bad, but something that you said about the information on that report. You said, the information on that sheet, there is no space to add additional information to back the information that the ALCC added on that particular LACC added on that. They have on that particular sheet, which is the report. And I don't think the LACC will have different information in their possession and then send outside to the Liberian people information. No, I don't think so.
What's your point?
Yes, so my point here, that information that is on that paper that our brothers are reading there is a complete story. Boakai is misleading Liberian people.
Thank you.
Then misleading the country over time, and you will continue to do so. Trust me. Let's take that. You will continue to read more stories about life. Thank you, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep the calls coming to 081 14 35 04 0776 105.
And I really love the caller who called, because when you are educated and you're knowledgeable, you don't have to say you're educated and you're knowledgeable. The way you post the issue. And I also like the fact that Liberians are using the right words these days. If the president lies, say he lied. You're not cussing. You're not disrespectful. Point it out so that people can know. In the country, we can say the president didn't lie. We can call our president crooks. We can call lawmakers and criminals. That's not insult. That's not disrespect. No, that's not. That is not. Even Jesus used adjectives to describe people. You know that? Go read your Bible. So I'm saying to you, get accustomed to president or liar. Get used to it.
Keep your calls coming to 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you. Say good on food. Are you from eating?
I come from eating. You know where I come from eating? You want me to call it this day? Steve know how I come from eating because Steve was here last night.
Hello. Your name? Where you calling from? Oh wow, what's going on?
But you could hear me eating when I was talking. You could hear me choking.
Yeah, you give me appetite straight, my brother.
Now you on your own. You will eat after the show.
What do you make up of asset declaration? President Boakai's asset declaration. Let's hear you. The man declared assets, but according to political prudence, they say it has discrepancy.
It has no merit.
Problems.
Yeah.
No merit. It's a lie. They're not the true report inside.
It's destructive.
Those of you who have had the time to go through it, just put your calls. Let's hear you. Let me tell you.
We have a problem with your brother today with the callers.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. But I don't know what happened with Mom. Mom, you there?
Mom's here.
Well, let me see what Mom's saying.
I'm here though. You hear me?
Mom is
okay.
Here.
What's up with Mabon?
No, Mabon is off for now. Temporarily.
In the back.
Let's take this person. Hello.
Good evening.
Your name? Where you calling from?
This is James Green. I join you from Morovia.
James, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Let me say thank you so much for the show. Let me say thank you to the guys in studio. I think we understand the school of thought these guys are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So anything about the president will not be good to them. So we will listen to them during the campaign, and we know who they saw already. We know who they were pushing, and unfortunately the president didn't win. So anything Ome Boakai do right now will be a bad thing to them. They are forgetting to point out, to tell the Liberian people the good thing that the Ome is doing. That one part they are not doing it, but they are kept.
So what a good thing. Just point out one or two of the good things before we take a leave of you.
Okay, so now the Ome declare his access and make it publish to the public to view it. Secondly, he talked about the 285 pieces of machine. As we speak, currently 100 pieces in the country. But they are failed to inform the Liberian people about this thing. But all they do is to criticize without doing nothing.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much. Let's take this pricing if we can. Hello? Keep the calls coming to 0881 1435 0407 76105 105. Let's take this pricing if we can. Hello?
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
I'm Abraham Bruce calling for Carwell.
Abraham, welcome. Let's hear you.
My people, we trouble.
Okay.
The country, we don't know where the country is going. The country, anything that our dream power, that is going to come for all of it. Lie brought people into power. And they continue lying to us. They lying big time. Because all guys that just for because they broke one piece of equipment. The machine that government levy, according to the public minister sharing to all this machine equipment are here. So they imprint nothing here. You shouldn't lie.
Okay.
Thank you for the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep the calls coming to 0881 1435 040776 105 105. Let's hear you. Someone else on the line. Hello. Hello. Good evening, caller. Okay. We'll take a leave of this pricing. Go to the next pricing. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good evening. Your name and where you calling from?
Thank you, Braseko. Thank you to your colleagues in studio. This is CDC Party Success Kit. I do join you from the Picket District in Mosorado for Mosorado County. And let Kulo to you policy.
Be audible now. Amplify your voice.
Let me say Kulo to you for Institute this morning for the hard work this afternoon. Sorry. Let me go to the issue of the president.
My man, you're taking your time too much. You're taking your time too much. Yeah. Hello.
Not even the problem, but he's not audible. We're not hearing.
Your name, where you calling from?
So my name is Abu S. Kola Fale. I joined the conversation this evening from District Number 5, Mosorado County.
Abu, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Assuming that what other people are saying that the president, including
Abu, you want to talk?
I'm talking.
Yeah, but you're looking for something to talk. Just go ahead straight and talk.
What people are saying that the president not think to do about his asset declaration, the whole father constant, they assume that you got a fight. Can you provide a fight to the Liberian people? Can you provide the truth to the Liberian people, assuming that the president is not saying the truth? I think we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that we don't want to get all the bank account and the information the money that we don't want to provide that one for you. Yeah, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. This is I was now going to.
Keita, go ahead quickly now. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Braseko. Let me say to the Liberian people, the president not being fair to the Liberian people in the sense that declaring access to the Liberian people is not being truthful to us. The fact being that this president has served this country for 12 years with the experience, now we forget about the experience. Now the president declared access to the Liberian people, you're telling me 6,000, 5,000 LD. The president did not mention a fine in bombing
while Mark Jabate was working in a farm in Bombing. They not mention the farm.
You say Mark Jabate working on a farm?
Yeah, when they were taking pictures in video.
The one that doing the payment to the people in the farm in Bombing. Mark Jabate, the minister right now, the current assistant minister for internal affairs.
Okay.
And now this president got all the businesses in got hospital. He did not mention any of the things to the Liberian people. For God's sake, you will come publicly and tell the Liberian people, say, your work is 6,000 and edge is 5,000. The vehicle that you're using here, he got more than 4 fastest vehicle. It's more than 25 to 6,000. One vehicle costs 90,000 US. And the president be fair to all. I listen to the other brother say the good thing the president doing. The good thing the president doing, we see he take 22 million. Get reason to go put more down around. He say facing road and requesting for another one. He didn't even put cross right there. This is Liberia that says here with this here. So
Thank you.
The president be fair to us.
Thank you very much. Let's take another person. Hello.
Hello.
Your name? Where you calling from?
Thank you. This is Pascal Davis. Look, the thing is, look, Alewa Mon said the country is gullible. But most time, people don't understand gullibility. They think when you say the country gullible, you're pressing them. No. They're just telling us how ignorant we are. And because we're ignorant, they rely on the intelligence. That's what they will do. Let me agree that Mr. Boakai has published. But he's making on the matter of change. He accuses people of being corrupt. Why you even to 6 months? 6 months. You know what can happen in a space of 6 months? Why you took 6 months to declare to publish your asset? Why you did not tell the Liberian people initially when you declare? Why you did not publish the asset? If you show you were honest and what you were publishing or intend to publish or what you have at the time. Why you told 6 months? And somebody want me to believe that Mr. Boakai is on there. More. You know, sometimes when more speak, you're typical Liberian who has stayed all his life here. And that's how the country is. So, Mary, yes, somebody say, the old man declare asset. But how much did the old man declare? Is it what he declared a real thing? How many of the people will ask that kind of question? But majority of the people who ask the question, we are in minority. The thing about it is that the vast of the people who are going to fly with it are the ones who are in majority. Society.
Thank you.
Why is it Mr. Boakai can't tell me? You know, I mean, the country segment. I mean, it's a segment time for our country. You know, all education is lacking like government. Thank you, more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Put your calls on 081 1435 04. Hello.
Hello.
Your name? Where you calling from? Welcome. Let's hear you, my brother.
My man, Liberian people should stop declaring our government. This is about Liberia, not about individual. Everything government does is in the interest of Liberian people. Yes. We should stop degrading and talking negative things about government. The one make government improving the country. Our mindset. What happened to people now?
Okay. Thank you, Chief.
All right.
All right. Thank
you. Just take 1 or 2 more so we can take some calls from here while we stay on the radio. The people want to.
Okay, so we'll take our 2 lucky caller. Hello. Please be audible, Chief. Your name, where you calling from?
Thank you. Is it SKTV, right?
Yeah, SKTV. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Please amplify your voice.
Thank you so much. So we said.
Your line is too low, brother.
I said, we said, joining you from.
Hello.
Hello, my brother. How you doing?
I'm okay. Your name, where you calling from?
This is Nathan We're calling from Peace Island.
Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for the program. Let me say this today. People, more, who they call are saying their studio. Even if the Boakai provide Jesus Christ come along with Jesus Christ on the earth, especially in Liberia, they will never ever praise him.
The man thought he dropped the line. He gone.
Yeah, no, the matter he wanted to talk.
Yeah, he thought he drive it now. He is here. Go. Let's take
Yeah.
our last lucky caller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
So
Yeah, good evening.
Your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Brown Tati from Monrovia.
Doctor, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for standing by your statement you use, and I appreciate your stand. But let me go to the point. I think we can use usability, asset declaration sheet as an answer to the publication of asset declaration by government officials. Because it was so simplified, even VC students can read that one.
Okay.
So those who have critical and technicality or asset declaration sheet, I think we did need lawyer then to kind of explain to us. So then when you most I want to sheet as an answer sheet, when teacher get there, anything can get answer sheet. So I think Liberia can use it that most ability has scored higher marks and everybody will claim up to him.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. All right. That's all the time we have for the callers. Thank you very much. Let's send control back to the guys now.
Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to you, Melbourne, and Sekou, and everybody watching and listening to us on the radio. Please, let's hear from our people in the diaspora. They too want to contribute to this conversation while we are still on the radio. Call up. Let's hear from you. 763 number. Last 4 DJ is 72 and 42.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kumar. This is Elvis from Minnesota.
This is Mr. Kenneth. Sekou Kenneth. You say Mr. Kumar. This is Kenneth.
Oh, Mr. Kenneth.
Mr. Kumar is taking calls in Liberia. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I can appreciate Sekou Kumar, the way he takes the call. He's very respectful. He always engages people with respect, and that's something that's rare on his platform.
Very good.
Right. Let me say this, Mr. Kenneth. Look, 1 is better than 0. When it be 1-0, you still lost. So George Weah did 0 when it came to the publication of his asset. Joseph Boakai has done 1 belatedly, but he still won. So we must appreciate him for the fact that even with the pressure, he succumbed to the pressure and he released it. We must commend him for it.
We did that. But we're just that. We commend him and we dive into the detail of the document, and then there's no lot of meat on the bone.
Right. And myself, I have my own reservations about the details of the asset declaration. But I just want people to understand that if the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she never declared an asset, she never published it. We had never did. And the other presidents we had before that, most of them were dictators and desperate. So they were never going to publish their assets. But the point here is, I noticed something peculiar in that asset declaration. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I didn't read it, maybe it was there and I didn't see it. But did you notice that he didn't list any properties in Lufa County? His county of his birth, the people who back he rode on and give him the popularity to prepare him to the presidency. We didn't see any property there. He only listed 2 homes, one in Bomi County, which many people say that's his wife's home, and one in rehab in Monserrado. Nothing in Lufa. So why can a president who's been from Lufa County his whole life always talks about it with pride, has no investment in terms of properties or even commercial real estate in that county? How does the people of Lufa feel about that the president has not invested in their county? That was just the one particular thing I've seen. But, Jeremiah Congo, I really looked at, he's obviously a wealthy man. We saw his asset declaration. Maybe you guys will talk about it later. But thank you for taking my call. I won't keep you too long. I just want to make those few points.
Thank you, my brother. We might look at Jeremiah Congo's asset declaration tomorrow. Let's get to Mr. John Maulo. Everybody, my people, let's be brief so we can accommodate other callers. Yeah, Mr. Maulo, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Sekou?
We're doing great. How are you?
And to you, Mark, and Sekou, and Melbourne, and Moses. Listen, when I came from Liberia, I said after the election, I said this country not go anywhere because the people that want this country to change are very limited in number. The rest of the people just waiting for their chance. You know, the LACC and the people go and deliver their asset declaration to. What do they think their worth is? Again, during the election, I said most of these people, if you ask them what their job description is, they don't know. When people give you their asset declaration, it is your job to go and verify. Have they ever come home one day to say we check on this person and it was lie or we found out that everything was true? No, that's their job. So Joseph Boakai come and put out. Especially if anybody filling out for asset declaration and resident with pen, that person never put any thought into it. It's just giving people what they people want. And like we say, the responsibility asset declaration should be the yardstick by which every government should produce the asset declaration, step by step, state by state, and come to the final. If you can't do that, you haven't declared nothing. You haven't declared nothing. And this is our country. I mean, when you hear the people calling, they come back to the fact that we're not going nowhere because these people will accept forgetting that whatever these people tell them is going to affect their family and their lives. And they just take it for play. Then, who is to say that they're suffering? And they say you were so tired. I guess we're so tired, but you know what? This thing is hurtful, it's disgraceful, and if anybody should be punished for corruption, this part of government, that this government who's supposed to be the change, using job winner government as a yardstick for progress,
Yeah.
we're not ready. We're not going anywhere.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. So let's go to the line here to next caller. 484 number, last 4 DJ is 9595. Are you there? Hello? 484 number, last 4 DJ 9595.
Yeah, is this the SK show?
Yeah, this is SKTV. How are you?
Yeah, good man. And man, I tell you guys, thank you. You see, the problem with Liberia is not going anywhere. Those guys can't honor the pretend of rescue. If you would retrospect 12 years past president, and then this man, he gone broke, when Spencer was admitted after Costa brought him to public rescue, admitted that he used to give the man 3,000 and give Costa 3,000
a month.
When this was found opportunity, when this man came up, we saw him coming, going to Waterside Market in Philadelphia, the neighbor behind Henry Costa, and he promised the Liberian people before the election, because of George Weah, the CDC bar governors, he was going to declare an access before getting in office. That tells you that the rescue, they only came to rescue their pocket. But you see our people back home, my brother, some of them don't look at things from a broad point. They just want to analyze it because Joe Boakai come up and hold the access. Oh, yes, I'm the president. That's why you see majority of them are causing this problem today for us. We will continue to be doing singing the battle cry. I will say, Muya, Muya, Muya. We will continue to sing it because we are not going anywhere. If we can look outside of the United Party by King under the matter of change, we see the looting of state resources, the abuse of our people in King George, that this young man even came in and pretended to the people. Up to now, we cannot even hear about those things. What's the difference between the LCD and that group? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Let's go to the line here. Hold on 1 second. I can't have 2 people on the line. What did I do? Let's see here. 704 number. What is your name and where are you calling from? 704 number.
Is that me, Sekou?
Yes, 1843.
What is your name and where you calling from? All right, sir. Thank you for taking my call. My name is Kenneth Corey. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear
My name is Ken Corey. I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Go ahead, sir.
I just want to say thank you to the SKTV for what you guys continue to do.
Thank you.
Man, look here, we are in a serious trouble. We are in a very serious trouble. The young people, these cartel, these guys that are running this country, this is why they do not want to kind of broaden our educational system to keep our young people mentally enslaved. Can you imagine a brilliant young man like Sheku sitting on that platform? I mean, very smart. But look at his analysis. He's afraid to even come out to speak the truth. Can you imagine that? We're in a serious trouble, my brother. That country, we all know Joseph Boakai lied to the whole world. He lied to the whole world that he was living on loan. Youngly, then other than knew what they were doing. Youngly, the day long, Prince Mo, those people know exactly. Look, man, y'all keep on the good work. I pray. I don't know what Liberia will be okay in our time. But let's keep fighting and praying. One day the young people will stand up and they would know that their lives is being ruined by a bunch of people who just came to enrich themselves. And God will bless Liberia one day. But I don't see it in our lifetime.
Thank you.
So frustrated. I'm so frustrated about Liberia sometimes that I don't know, man. But your thanks, man. You keep on the good work.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Call 240 number, last 4 digit 1572. Are you there?
Yes, Sekou. This is Lovely.
Go ahead, Lovely.
Yes.
Don't listen to the radio. Don't listen to your monitor. Listen to your phone directly. So that way you can have a delay.
Sekou, I was just listening to your talking. I just want to tell you guys, continue doing what you're doing, because the Liberian people, I don't care what you do. You know, when somebody's mind is set on something, I don't care what you do until they realize, then they come back to you. For example, today, my mom and I were just talking, and then I was trying to tell her about the singing declaration, and then I was telling her about the money. She like, don't even talk to me, because it was before the election. I believe them myself used to get in there. Anyone talking, she said, oh, what we know coming soon and this and that. I said, Mommy, I don't even know coming, but for me, I would just want somebody who has not been in the government before to run, to be the president for Liberia. And now, just today, she was like, I don't even want to hear that rescue me, because all of the things still, they just lie to us too. She was telling me, if you know how I'm sick and I regretted why I don't have to put my vote, because it's like the more they even just there, I was like, wow. My mom who was saying, oh, God sent me, God brought it me, God brought it me, and now she's talking this. So you should know that certain people just talking because as people can say they got somebody in the government, they're getting small thing. But if we are saying other people are really feeling it in our country, so Sekou, the wife Moses said, let it be that they enjoy in their comfort, like they can say everything I satisfied with it, I satisfied. So let it be there when the time comes, they will be the same people that come to you to talk to you. You just continue to do what you're doing. Since the other caller said nobody's suffering in Liberia, I think he's the only person. You know how many people can call and be crying to us, telling us that they made a mistake, the suffering things are hard. So you just continue.
Thank you.
To start, you continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You know, Monk, I don't know whether you stay here. We started. You said that we have 11.
Yeah, I'm here.
Short about 11 people to support us since
yesterday. Yeah, so me that will go for the week. What's going on?
But the update to tell you, I got 0 for today.
Wow.
0. Maybe people have forgotten because the show. Maybe people, kind of focus on what was going on, especially, with this whole asset declaration. People are frustrated and confused. But yeah, nobody have donated anything today. So my people, the cash app number is there, the Zelle. It's the same number.
We need 11, just 11 to make
11
up.
people to donate to SKTV today. Yeah, do that. Come on now. Let's go to the line here. 401 number, last 4 digits 7669. What is your name and where you calling from, caller?
Hi, MK. This is Dee calling from Rhode Island. How you guys doing?
We are doing wonderful. How are you?
Thank you guys for the show and the people from Liberia that bring in the media. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. I just want to keep my voice in the whole asset recovery thing. I really could care less whether Mr. Boakai declare the assets or not. The reason is the code of conduct said declare your assets before taking office. And people are saying, oh, you don't have to publish. Nobody told Joseph Boakai to say this. He said it during the election time. What the Unity Party suffers from is accountability. They want to hold other government officials in the past, but they are not transparent. And then when they have come in their life, for them to come clean, they try to justify. So the party made all these promises. Just about that said he was the pollers of hope. We saw the BBC Africa stuff. We are hearing on VOA. So he should even be declared the assets long time ago. Because if you say you were that poor, you struggle, why are you wasting time? Well, what we are dealing with here is the same Unity Party over and over, and they want to make themselves to know something that they are not. And like I said before, back in January, Unity Party is the co-mass of CDC. In fact, CDC left from them. CDC now a community role. Joseph Boakai administration that is Italian mafia. But going forward, at least people are seeing them for who they are. You made that promise to the citizens, and then you want to justify. And I also wait to see what will become of the AC command and outcome, because that will really show how serious these people are. So the Unity Party, your party, SKTV, or 40 other people attacking them, don't go speak to your government. It's about accountability. You got made those promises, you speak to the citizens. And now when people talk, you say, oh, we're so tired. That's what people in the ring, so tired, defend tired. We're so tired, you will defend tired. What do you win? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I like that. So yeah, two people actually donated. We got 9 more people.
Yeah, we got 9. Let's do it before the day end. We don't like to talk about money after Saturday.
Benjamin Jonah, my old brother from all the way, this Twin City, the other cover cities here.
Hey, what's up, man?
Man, what's up? What's going on?
I'm not feeling too well, so I'm sorry for my voice quality.
Because the high blood pressure is unending. Sure, when you started, you can't take a break. How you when I get sick? Go ahead, my man.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the asset declaration because I think they didn't know what they were actually doing, so I'll leave it alone. I'm hearing that they are saying that the yellow machines, some of them are on the phone. Granted, if they are on the phone, they the same government when we got behind them as to what was going on, then they come back to say, in fact, they didn't sign anything. And there was nothing signed.
Yeah, like nothing was done. It was still a conversation, but nothing has been actually finalized.
So how did they appear on the phone?
Man, but you know the people can lie. So everything about this government is also lies. They're never honest.
Yeah, and they're going around and saying, oh, the picture on the phone. Yeah, when the guy got beat up, just said, no, we didn't sign anything.
Yeah.
One side is that, it's signed. Then said, no, we didn't sign.
Okay, but Ben, that will bring you back to the question. The reason why they keep on saying they haven't signed anything and nothing was going on, it was because the question we asked, how did you acquire those things? What about the allegation of getting money for the contract? So that means the information provided that those President Boakai have sold or giving up money to those people are facts.
Of course, and like people, for some of these people who have the brain frozen somewhere else kept, it doesn't matter what happened. Like one morning, so you see something in them and say, hey, just get up. This is normal for you guys. We already bought it.
Yeah. They may can sell Liberia. They can sell the country.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. They can sell our country. So let's go back to the line here. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 216 number, last 4 digits 6106.
Yeah, hello.
How you doing, Sebu?
I'm doing wonderful. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ohio. My name is Davis.
Go ahead, Davis.
Sebu, I just called somebody from public work and it told me that there is no yellow machine at President Boakai in the country. The manager line, he won't use that yellow machine so to cover up the asset declaration story. So they just want confusion like when people mind. But they are lying. There is no yellow machine.
Again? Me, I don't even know what's wrong with these people now. So which one now? Which one we going to the one wants to believe now? Somebody call from you call somebody from public work, so you say it's a lie?
It's a lie. Before going man, I just go with man not too long. It's a lie. The message there is no the government are not bringing any machine yet. So public work, you work at public work. I can give you a number if you want it.
Please do that. Give me the number, behind the scene.
But second, one of the caller just said something similar to that.
Yeah, no, don't read the number, but just text the number.
I can text it to the number I'm calling on.
Yes.
Okay, I'll text the name and number.
Please. Wow. All right, thank you. So, Mark, I mean, so why would they put a lie about stuff there like that again?
Because they must lie about everything. That's what happens when you don't have no plan, when you don't have no vision, you just all over the place. That's what you would do. Every time there is a major story, they manufacture something. It's the same playbook from CDC. They distract because they understand that too many people are not paying attention. So when the pressure is on, they got to come up with some kind of story to take people's attention from the most important. That's a strategy. That's a communication and media strategy. That's what they be doing. They know exactly what.
So indeed, all of the news that were coming up with the yellow machine stuff, where other people. So look, President Monk and other Sefu and our viewers or followers have been receiving a couple of calls, messages, all into our inbox requesting, "Oh, maybe you are talking, but in fact you are not talking about the yellow machine," and so on. So I told one person, I said, "Look, I know this government, especially Liberia government. I know how they work. When the yellow machine is ready, they will call for press conference. They will call the media to go to the free port. Even the president and the vice president will be there. They will call. So for now, until I can see the government or calling for press conference, that's the only time that I will believe whether yellow machine is here. I'm not moved by hearsay, they say, and all of that. No, because you the caterpillar, the company that even having that machines or that can produce that machine, they are also here in Liberia, and there are other people that are also bringing in the machines. So if you see one yellow machine coming, then I mean maybe if the government, I don't know. So until government can call us for press conference and tell us that yes, indeed, this is the government machines. These are machines that the government procure, or these are machines that are coming into the country. Then we move. But for me, other than that, nobody going to cajole me. Nobody going to be worrying and putting with me. I've been receiving a lot of calls, messages, even as to Mabel, why are you not talking about it? Why are you people not talking about this? Even to or if I want to call us, even talk about that. Why are we not talking about the yellow machine? Is there any press conference on the yellow machine? No.
Yeah, but
why you want the media? Yeah.
Mabel, not to cut you off, the question Liberian people be asking is that how was the yellow machines acquired? What are the contracts signed? What are the agreements signed between the government of Liberia and the company in question? So they cannot say anything. They cannot tell us anything at this point without giving us the needed information as to how those machines were acquired, and the company will have to see the contract agreement. We have to see the procurement process. We have to see whether or not they went through actual, way of acquiring those machines, and if this was approved by the legislature, because the money is not just small money that the president can use for his own I think we have another call here.
Yep. So quickly, second before you go to the call, let me just say this. This is a tactics. Let me be frank, because mind you, there are three major stories that are in the media and are heavily on hating on the government. They retreat in Grand Bassa County. The Central report. So the government is doing everything possible to get rid of all of the news. So so our people are not smart. Sometimes they see some of the news as news that they can just buy into. But again, that's the country we live in.
Yeah, you're right. So yes, among just to update you, we got 3 people now. So we have about 8 to go.
We got 8 more, man. Let's close today Saturday.
8 more people to go. So let's take this call from Belgium. I think this is Mr. Disio. Marvin, how you doing, sir?
I'm all right, and I say hi to Mung and the other one, Mayborn and SKTV as a whole.
Thank you.
A very interesting topic tonight. But I want to leave 1 or 2 quotes with the Liberian people to keep in mind. The first quote is that it is easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled.
Yeah.
I want you to understand that.
Sure.
It is easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. Also, disrespect cannot shut doors that apologies cannot reopen. And also, someone's character based on the words of another, instead of studying the motive behind the words of that person, cast in the bad judgment. These are some of the important quotes I want us to remember in our life, because when we're coming up, they say to us, they made us to pledge allegiance with liberty and justice for all. Every morning, from 5 years old until we got 18 years. Then they got mad when we demand liberty and justice for all. Does that make any sense to you, Sekou? Does
No, it doesn't.
Because we also realize that progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. Thank you for the night, and keep the quote up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yes, so we have 8 people to go. We have 8 people to donate to SKTV today. We don't have to give us a lot of money. We just need at least $20 per person. And if anybody gives more than $20, if you give $40, that will count for 2 people. If you give $60, that will count for 3 people. So we need to get this. We want to do this fundraiser on weekends.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. It would stay on the show.
We want to do it on Saturday when we can get to our goal on Friday. But now we need 8 more people to donate. Yeah, so if somebody can give 40, that will be 2 people. If you get 60, that will be 3. So we need 8 before we leave from here. So Melbourne, I know you were receiving a lot of calls, but the people, like you rightly said, they're trying to distract everybody from discussing the real issues. They want you to focus on gimmick and distractions, because their MO, their modus operandi is to dilute the water, confuse everybody, so that nobody will pay attention to the actual issue. Nobody will pay attention to the fact that Joseph Boakai has failed from the get-go. Nobody will pay attention that we have no legislators to pay attention to the government, to hold the government accountable. That we have a failed justice system, that Joseph Boakai and government can do anything and nobody will hold it accountable or prosecute anybody for violating the law. In other countries, in good countries, the idea of 22 million missing, the first thing the Justice Department will have, created a room for investigation. First, investigate if at all crime was committed. If at all there was a crime committed. any developing country, any country that respect the rule of law and the constitution, they will have constitute an investigation or investigative committee to make sure, to ascertain whether or not crime was committed, if there's need for prosecution. Because what happened, something in law enforcement they call prima facie, or they call it probable cause, to ascertain whether or not a crime was committed. Once they found out that they will launch in an initial investigation. When there is reason to charge or to carry on further investigation based on the evidence available to them, then they will charge and forward to the court. But somebody is accused of mismanaging millions of the United States dollars. 22 million? That's a lot of money. Joseph Boakai can sit down on that. Make no public statement, not instructing the Justice Ministry to investigate or prosecute. Or the senator say they forgive them. Where in the world can a senator forgive criminals? All they needed to do, forward the information to the Ministry of Justice for investigation and possible prosecution. But Joseph Boakai, then they don't want anybody to talk about that. And the machine that they're talking about right now, they wanted to sign a deal with some people who are criminal, who are mining companies being in trouble in other countries, including Equatorial Guinea. And those people, they will go in your country, they will exploit the country, they will give money to few people, the country will not benefit. So they always, taking some money from those people. They will do everything to squeeze them in and mix all the controversy and, funny things going on in the country. What I can tell you right now, Mong and Melbourne, is that Liberia, we are in big trouble. We gave the country to a group of corrupt-minded people, both in the Senate and the House of Representatives, as well as in the executive. Not all of the people are criminal or corrupt, but majority is corrupt. The majority of the people are corrupt-minded people in all branches of the government. There are some good people there, but they are not in number. They can't effectuate any change. They don't have the power. They don't have the number. But people we have with all the power, the leverage, and control are the corrupt-minded people. So we're going to be here every day talking. They will not listen. The only time they will listen, the only time they will pay attention is when the Liberian people themselves stand up against them. Whether by protesting at the Capitol building or walking to the president's home or the executive mansion peacefully, without stoning any vehicles or burning tires or doing anything funny, but to stay on the street, and tell the president to do what is right, and tell the legislature to do what is right, and stop stealing the people's money. So my question to you and Melbourne before we go, I'm not sure we're going to get our go today, but before we go, my question to you, Mom, is that I'm not going to say the last time you were going to be sending some of his money back.
I saw that stuff.
So, and you think that's a good thing? If I'm not going to send some of the money back or all the money back, do you think the other people too should send their money back?
Well, even though Amara promised to send his money back, matter of fact, the contention raised against that suggestion alone is more than, I mean, it gets funny because Edwin Snow was giving condition as to the breakdown in money he been receiving. So he was saying, if you're going to send a portion of this money back, then there are other monies you should be sending back as well. So I think they will have to settle that first before we can go into the technicality of he giving some money back, because I guess we are trying to do it. I don't know where the intent or where the goal, but Edwin Snow raised a lot of objection and other monies that were never mentioned by him. So we'll see. But the main thing I want to talk about on the whole thing, you know, they always like to blackmail or politically, I mean, to pin people in a different way that you hate the country, that you are against progress, you just want to be opposition, you just want to criticize. When in fact, it's the question you are asking are the real question. The whole yellow machine story, nobody talked about why they were bringing the machine. It was about the legality. Somebody said it was a sign-on bonus. When there was backlash from the public, they said no. The information minister said more, but we never crack a deal. It was just in negotiation. The administration said they keep contradicting themselves. So if you want to tell me that since the backlash from the public and now you are telling me that even if the machine exists or they are at the port, then it means that the government lied again. Because you said, we knew during the presentation, you call it a thing over presentation. But when people chastise you, you said, no, that was a lie. It was just something in the air. It was not a binding agreement. But now you want to tell us that the machine is already at the port. So which one do we take? We were telling you that this whole machine thing, you are talking, I said, in Liberia, we got two price houses that's left. The Wologisi and Aputu Mountain. When those two are gone, then I don't know what Liberia got against the both of that anyone can name in Liberia. And we keep saying it. Nobody is raising potential.
But why will Liberia sit down and allow a dying man, a man who is living his life?
Yeah.
The man who finished enjoying his life and squandering opportunity and corrupting the country for his full life. Every year, the man are 89 years. Because 2023, they told us the man was 89 years. 2024, again, the man still 89.
No, 79. 79.
79. I'm sorry. 79 years, 2023, 2022, 79 years, 2023, 79 years, 2024, 79. What kind of year is that? What kind of age is that? The age never changed. So they may already finish using, finish exploiting the country for all those years. Why would the country sit down and allow
your last two assets to be mortgaged by
a
man that will be out of here?
By a man who is almost in his grave. I'm not saying because Joe Boakai is still going to die. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that all when we get older, we get to that age, we expect us not to live, longer than that. Because right now, the lifespan of a human being, not many people can even hit 70.
Yeah, regular for Liberia.
By the time you hit 60, you can go anytime.
Yeah,
that's the expectation, without being sick. So the man who is almost, they say he can be in the grave, they will still support him. The man almost in the grave. Why would Liberia sit and allow him to mortgage the future of the country? Monk, why?
I don't know. I get the nature of the society. It's almost like you got your grandfather who owned a price asset at 2 pieces of land, maybe somewhere in the village, and he got 3 sons. And those 3 sons will sit there for a man who's about to depart this world to be the one to sell the last 2 plots of land that's supposed to be left for his children. It's a similar thing in Liberia. I'm not saying
and by the way, to benefit who? If you're selling it now, if you're going to mortgage the future of the country, to benefit who?
Yep. And the reason people even raise contention about this yellow machine, because the South African guy, the company, there's Grumman Corporation, they are known for corruption. They're not even a real corporation. But this is the people that are supposed to come and bring 2.5 billion. Samuel Tour and the Georgia government went down the same part people, and people complained. They called it a China package, how they were going to do resource swap for Wologisi Mountain. In DC Unity Party, the people were the ones saying that CDC couldn't engage in such a deal. because that's the only thing that bring her. Even Lofa, they were saying that the people in Lofa Defense Force were going to protect that mountain. But all of a sudden, the oldest guy of all the presidential candidates is the one that want to sell one of your greatest prized assets to a criminal from South Africa that got bad business dealing with a record of criminality. Think about that. And when you talk about it, oh, you got hit the country, you hit Joseph Boakai, you are loser.
So Monk, just to update you, we have one person that donated 50. So we count down for 2 and then
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll close our target, man. No money.
We got 6 now, so we got 5 more to go.
Let's do it, folks.
Yeah, we got 6 people now donated. Let me see. Let me make sure.
If one person get 10.5, will be complete.
Yeah, no, hold on 1 second. 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6. 6.5. That's 6.5. That means you got 4.5 to go. 4 people and a half. The person that sent $50, that one will count that one as 2.5. So we got 6.5. 4.5 to go.
And you know, Sekou, the funny thing about Liberia, right?
Yeah.
I was just reading a document of the Putu Mountain. I was looking at the current price of iron ore. The current price of iron ore is $118 per metric ton. And people are estimating that the Putu Mountain holds anywhere between 2 to 2.3 billion tons. So my thinking was, if you are going to give an entire mountain with that
kind of... Mountain or Putu Mountain?
I'm talking about the Putu.
Man, we're not hearing you.
Hello? You hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Yeah, I say I was just doing some basic research and reading some documents on that whole Putu Mountain and people that tried to explore before, right? They were estimating that the Putu Mountain holds anywhere between 2.3 to 2.4 billion metric tons of iron ore, right? That's the estimate. That because that's a range of mountains. Not just one piece of mountain, it's a range.
Okay.
So I was thinking, I said, oh, so the current price of iron ore is $118 per metric ton. So are these guys telling us that they're about to sell a metric ton for less than $1 or just little over $1 a metric ton? Because if a corporation come and say they want to engage into a deal for the next 20 years or 15 years or 10 years for 2.5 billion, and you giving it an entire mountain reach of iron ore, when in fact 1 metric ton of iron ore in the US now on the stock market is $118. So you do the math that you got billions of metric ton and you're selling it for only 2.5 billion. How can you explain that? That's like a giveaway. That is beyond an auction. I don't know if there's another word after auction. It's like literally giving it to the people for free. So I don't know how they can come up with this deal and this concession. Who's sending this concession? Who doing the research and who coming up with the price and who's setting it? I don't know, man. That's a bureau for you, my brother. You guys how to talk.
Yeah, so we got 2 more to go.
2 more? Oh, then we'll go. I know we're doing. Let us do it and get out of the show, folks.
Yeah, we got 2 more.
Another day. We got to go.
The 2 that sent it 25 added that one as 3, right? 2.5. Yeah, so that means that $10 added that one to the 50.
The million one. Yeah, you're right. That's a perfect calculation already.
Yeah, so we got 2 more people to donate to SKTV. Then we can
get 2 more than we're done for the day. No more money business for this week. We got another Friday.
And we can talk about money business again until next Friday. Next Friday. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, my people. So you know, maybe one person can send $40. That will just close that. That 2 people to go. So imagine Joseph Boakai's age, the age that never been reduced or add up. Every year the man is 79 years. The man barely stand on his own. The man could not even deliver his inaugural speech. The man could not appoint his own government officials. The man is not even signing any more document. They put his signature on the stamp. The man who does not know, who does no recollection of anything, cannot remember anything, is attempting to mortgage the future of the country. Then you brainless chicken brain or peanut brain coming on here to defend Joseph Boakai and even saying congratulations. That's why they got here, or that, I don't know, that she that continue to come and distract. The other one called Joma Jala, I just muted him. I muted him for a reason. When you come here to market your stupidity, we'll tell you SKTV is not for that. This fool comes here all the time, get all the information, use his whole time to distract us, forgetting to know that other people being helping us to keep SKTV on going. You enjoy the labor of other people. Then he brings his behind here. When we were talking about contribution, he's telling other people, come contribute, SKTV need you. What are you doing here? I muted him because, you know, if you're so irresponsible, and you think you belong to other platforms, other lying platforms that created this trouble for Liberia called Joseph Boakai, then you better go there. You're not forced to be. We have said this before. We are now looking for viewership. We are not looking for every Toms and Dicks to come here to distract us or to insult us or to disrespect our audience. People that come here to support SKTV, it's not that they don't have something to do with their money. It's not that they don't have something to do with their money. It's not that they don't suffer for their money. But the reason why they done it, because they know they are donating for a worthy cause. If you come here, if you don't want to donate anything, just be quiet. But making fun out of people who support the platform and you benefit, you must be ashamed of yourself. So those morons, they don't belong here. Since we decided not to block people anymore, but we can limit your ability to say something on here. If you come here, you're discussing the issue, oh, they're not true, they're true, you know, being a sycophant, being a priest singer, that's fine. We can do that, we don't care. But if you begin to be problematic and disrespectful to our audience, we will not give you that leverage. Your being here is a privilege. It's not your right. So we want to say thank you to those. Let me see if we can.
While we are leaving, I want you to post something on your screen for the audience. You know, they got photos now and videos of the yellow machine at the port, but I'm seeing a bunch of white trucks. But we know from the presentation it's a yellow machine, so maybe you can get show it while we're waiting to close.
You send me something.
Look to your personal inbox, your messenger. It's a link.
Okay.
That's why I see circulating now. They share in this video that 100 pieces of the 285 already at the port, and I've seen a video. Some people calculating the number of jobs it's going to create.
This is these trucks. That one is no longer yellow machines.
That's why I say show it for our audience before we can go. While we are leaving the show, they didn't just see it for themselves. That's why circulating.
Yeah, let me see. I probably put it in the system.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Well, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Let me play.
Those are the footage coming from the port. It's saying that will I brought flag on them. Yes. Yeah. But I see all white trucks. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's it. Look at the yellow machine there. The 100, at least the first 100 I seen, I think they showed 3 or 4, but that 100 there, according to them.
Yeah, I can see some of it under the. I can see some of it under the tarpaulin there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I saw some of
it under the blue tarpaulin. I don't know which one were those, but I saw a car then that were visible clearly.
Yeah, I
saw some trucks. I saw some trucks that were visible clearly, but yeah, man. So okay, Mong, I think we finally get the last 2 people.
The last 2, that's great. At least you got
one person. Somebody sent to Cash App and somebody also sent to Zelle.
Thank you, SKTV folks. That's why we trust
you guys. We really appreciate it. At least we get our target for this week.
For the week, man.
Yeah. So, and to those people who are stakeholders that are yet to actually make their obligation, don't forget. We said the 15 has passed. Today is the 22nd. Please try to do whatever you can to make sure we hit our target for the stakeholdership. But yet, Monk.
Tomorrow I will do something on this show for those praise singers that are always talking about. You know, I told you, I think like Brimpo can lie. They can create their own narrative and back it by their own facts. They lie that Joseph Boakai is the only person that popularly declared. I said that's a lie. Madam Sally did it twice before she even ran for the presidency. We was a requirement by the National Elections Commission. And when she became president, matter of fact, she make it a condition before even some of her cabinet can be confirmed by the Senate, because she said she wanted to set example. Madam Sally came, she listed 1.7 million. She listed her property, the name, the location, her investment, the banks in America, the state that the bank is located in. She got money. She had money.
Even Mutability declared they have money hiding in the West.
The state that the bank is in. She called the mutual fund, the Vanguard. She called Los Angeles. Even her garden, the family land, and the land that she got in total, and the estimated worth of those lands, she listed them one by one in detail. So there's a lot that Joseph Boakai is the only person that populated.
The only thing I can say, Joseph Boakai is the only person who have lied on his, as president, who have lied on his asset declaration.
Man, tomorrow, man, we'll leave it there. We'll catch it tomorrow.
We'll dig deeper tomorrow, and we'll actually also talk about the vice president's own the asset declaration.
Okay.
And hopefully, Chairman Musability will be here tomorrow, so maybe he will be a part of that conversation.
Okay, yeah. It will make it even more interesting. Like I said, we should use Musability as a key for the
Musability asset declaration should be used as a yardstick for any asset declaration in Liberia if you want to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny, Mom? In terms of asset declaration, instead of setting up a developmental agenda, Musability is even doing better than the president and any other official in the country.
For sure.
Look at the dedication that they did in Musability district.
Yeah.
Look at the farming, the program that they are developing.
They may come with a cooperative and also incorporate other or individual investors into his program. That's
bringing investors into the district.
Yeah.
I think Joseph Boakai should be modeling after Musability. To say, you know what?
If Madam Sally other declaration, even her garden, she said, worth 4.5, or 4,500. So if Madam Sally could list her garden, the guy who got found,
declare a farm. If I inform you, we don't know.
Man, I'll see you tomorrow, man. I'll see you.
We'll be here tomorrow, my people. Yeah, thank you so much, and we will be here tomorrow. Yeah, thank you.